Hi, Herman.
Seriously? Get back here, Shocker! Shocker!
Guys, Spider-Man 2 PS5 gameplay is here, dude. Man, watching that, man, I was so hyped.
I wanted to start off with the bad, right? Do you guys have any complaints about the gameplay trailer?
I was gonna say, me personally, I don't think I have any complaints. Honestly, like
No complaints.
just-
You were just fully on board. Like you loved every
I'm
bit of
just
it.
fully on board, bro. I loved everything I saw. I loved
You on the hype
everything
train.
Yeah, man, I'm on the hype train. I didn't have any, not really, but yeah, I don't have any complaints.
No complaints. So you just 10 out of 10 already. Game of the year?
10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10.
All right. Allow me to be devil's advocate. I'll be the bad guy here. The lizard's design, bro. I actually like really disliked it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The lizard looks so weird to me because he doesn't have the
How?
lab coat. He doesn't have the lab coat, bro. Where's the lab coat? You watch
Maybe
like
they'll
all
keep the lab coat. Well, we haven't seen everything yet, so maybe they'll keep it, but maybe in that moment you just didn't have it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because low-key, I mean, if you think about it, in the trailer, they did show that he was shedding skin, right? So maybe this is like an evolved version of him. And in the beginning, he does have a lab coat. And if that's the case, then that's probably one of my biggest complaints that I saw. That's like fixed. So I really hope that is the case. Because yeah, bro, I mean, like every good Spider-Man thing you've ever seen, the 90s series, Spectacular Spider-Man, even parts of the Mark Waid movie, The Amazing Spider-Man 1, he had that like iconic lab coat that was like all torn up, you know? This dude looks like Godzilla straight up. He just looks like Godzilla. He's huge. He's like the size of like a small house. He has spikes on his back. The Japanese people in New York are gonna have a problem, dude.
When Godzilla's coming, y'all be tripping. I seen the movie. You be Gayaka, Gayaka,
Cutter.
yelling everywhere. I seen Chinaman just.
I really hope you were right about the thing that, you know, this is just like a bigger version of him. And in the beginning, he does have a lab coat, but that's probably like off the bat. That was the only thing that I saw where I was like, I don't know how to feel about this one. That's the only thing in the trailer where I was like, oh, I really don't like that. That was the only part of the trailer that like really turned me off because he's just too big and he doesn't even look like a lizard to me. He looks like a dinosaur. He looks like a stegosaurus or something with all the horns popping out of him, you know?
One thing is, I agree with you, but it ain't that deep for me. Like I agree with you.
That's what I agree with that. It's not that deep for me either.
Fair enough.
Did you just cut me off?
But I'm just agreeing with you.
Okay. His design is a little strange. He is huge. But to me it's not that like big of a concern. Like it ain't gonna ruin the game for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Last thing I had to say was from a gameplay standpoint, this is story aside. There's nothing I have nothing to say about the story. This is just purely from a gameplay aspect. I felt like a lot of not the takedowns, by the way, the symbiote takedowns and all that sort of stuff was insane. I already saw they had like, you know, that one scene where he picks the dude up and then slams him into the ground. He like shoots out a bunch of tendrils and swings them up and throws them down. But the thing is, all of these things I'm going to assume are takedowns. Like in the first game, you would press square and X and it would do a finisher, which would basically have him do something crazy that looks super cool on screen, but you're not even controlling that. Right. So I think all of the new things we saw were new animations for just takedowns and finishers. Whereas the actual combat, the animations for the combat look relatively the same. The dodge looks exactly the same. The punches and the web zip look exactly the same. Even the swinging, a lot of the animation where he spins a web, when Miles spins a web and when Peter Parker spins a web and they jump off of the web, a lot of those animations looks super identical. Like you wouldn't even be able to tell a difference between the first one and the second one, aside from speed and like the new things that they implemented, like web wings and the launching thing, which we'll get into that. But I just meant from an animation aspect and a gameplay aspect, I hope they add more animations to their to the swinging and the combat to make it feel like it's a new game as opposed to just having like the same game with extra things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and also like I don't really mind the swinging, but like at least the combat, like at least change that up. Like when you're not using the webs or like the symbiote and using those like powers and gadgets and whatnot, at least have like the combat different. Other than that little wall kick we saw where he pins the guy up and like Liu
Yeah.
Kang's, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, bro,
He
it's
bicycle
like
kicked that dude.
different thing I've seen. Otherwise, he's just doing that little like circle cartwheel spin kick and then the normal punching.
Yeah, the
and
same
that's,
stuff. The same
yeah.
stuff. I mean, for me, this is the thing. I know a lot of people, especially with this game, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for this game especially, I feel like a lot of people are pushing this narrative that we should just be happy that they're even giving us a second game and stuff like that, right? I see this everywhere on like Twitter and YouTube. But for me, I grew up with the Arkham series, and for me, that's the standard you have to meet when coming into this gaming industry, right? You think about the jump from Arkham Asylum to Arkham City. Everything was revamped. Everything felt more fluid. The gliding felt completely different. You went 10 times faster. They added the grapple gun. They added the grapnel accelerator. And if you think about City to Night, that game, it's like they just applied like oil
Day
to
and
Arkham City, and everything is just
no
like
pun
so
intended.
much smoother. Yeah. Low key. But yeah, that's all the negatives I had to say about Spider-Man the trailer. But the good, now that we've gotten our concerns off the table, now we get to geek out, right? So what did you guys like about the movie? I know Mazz said it was like 10 out of 10, so go ahead. I'm gonna let you rip this one off. Okay.
Yeah, man. Like just going back to what you guys were talking about the combat. For me personally, it kind of reminds me of Web of Shadows combat, like the symbiote. You know, if you remember going back to Web of Shadows, they had a lot of moves where you're using the symbiote mainly. It's not really punches, but you're using like I don't know what to call it, like the
Tendrils.
symbiote. Yeah, like the tentacles, things like that. And it kind of reminds me of that as well. And so that kind of makes me pretty excited for that too. You know, I see a little inspiration from Web of Shadows, like just based off the combat. And I think another thing I wanted to go over was the wingsuit looks pretty cool. Like just being able
Yeah.
to, bro, you're going so fast with that wingsuit. Like it's just so cool to see, bro. Like we're just going. I love looking at the trailer. It's just going so fast. Like that just makes me so excited about that. You know, different ways to like travel around the city and just using that wingsuit too, bro. I think it's like there's so many different combinations of ways you can move around and different moves you can do just to like make it like Spider-Man and makes you look pretty cool doing it too.
Bro, I heard a lot of people complaining about the symbiote for some reason. Like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this symbiote, doesn't look good. Like the suit doesn't look good and whatnot." Right? A lot of people were complaining about it, but for me personally, I actually love it because yeah, no, but the thing is, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just buying into the internet too much, but like from the general response online, I feel like a lot of people have been complaining about the symbiote suit because of the textures and whatnot. For me, I thought they nailed it because one, I hate the modern superhero suits where they feel the need to make everything look tactical, like it's a military suit, right? Every single suit you see in a superhero movie and a game now has like these shoulder pads, these knee pads, these elbow pads, these stripes on their like rib cage and all this sort of stuff. I hate it. Everybody just looks like a cop now, right?
This symbiote does have pads on his shoulders.
Yeah, but so the thing is, I noticed that, but the thing is they're very subtle. Everything is the same color. There's no stripes, which is what I was afraid of. I didn't want them to make it look like an Agent Venom thing or like, just I feel like Tom Holland's Spider-Man is such a perfect example of this. You see stripes everywhere and it's like, bro, stop making it look like that. Just have it solid colors. And that's what they did with the symbiote suit. It's just one color. It's just one shade of black. The logo is comic accurate, which I loved. There's those big blue, big white eyes, and he's even got the comic accurate like stripes, but they're like instead of patches, they're like triangles to shoot the webs. Because when he gets a symbiote, he shoots the web out of his like the back of his hand. And also a detail that I absolutely love. if you look at the trailer again, when he turns around, and whenever it zooms in, you can kind of see like this texture on the back of his neck and like on the back of his arms and stuff, and it almost looks like veins, which I thought was really, really cool because it kind of like adds to this idea that this thing is like a living organism. It's like something that's alive. It's not just a suit that he made and he put on, which I feel like is a really hard thing to get because you don't want to have it be like a full-on alien because then you just have Venom, and you don't want it to have a completely like fabric-looking suit because then you just have a regular suit. I feel like they nailed that in between where it looks like a suit, but it also has like these little like subtle like textures on it that makes it look like, hey, this thing is alive, like something's off about it, right?
His voice, the anger, the symbiote turning him, the voice.
He's gonna wish he never came to New York.
You hear Sasuke's voice. You ever watch Naruto? The English version? Yes. Yes. You hear how he talks to Miles, bro?
Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
Bro, and then the ending. He just throws somebody to the ground after saving them. To the ground. He didn't just go, here you go, I hope you have a good day, you're safe now. No, this dude just freaking boom, freaking.
If you watch that trailer again, if you want to laugh, watch that part of the trailer again and just look at Miles the whole time, because I swear to God, when that dude hits the ground and like face plants into the pavement, Miles is just kind of like.
I'll watch it again. I
He's
think
just
I'm in
kinda
that detail
confused.
now, but
They're doing a great job with this game, and I'm excited to see what they come out with it.
really
But,
excited. Bro, watching this trailer just made me feel like a kid again, hyped for a new superhero game like Spider-Man, seeing that. I was so excited. Just I had to smile the whole time watching it.
Yeah, bro, me too, not gonna lie.
All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Beast Boys Squad, 304 Studios, gang. Spider-Man, Brown Man, signing off.
But boy, we'll see you in the next one for sure.
All right, peace.